Alright, hello Minecraft and Infitech fans. I got a video here for you. You might hear some little noises. My cat's over here chittering at birds. Alright, he's up here to make videos with me too. He's being a good kitty. Alright, let's see what we got here. Just gonna be a let's play. Nothing too fancy. I'm decided to make. I expanded my base. I may have shown that in a previous video. And I have decided to make use of my real estate. And I've decided I want to take the plunge and make a worry-free blast furnace setup. By worry-free meaning I don't have to come back here and check do I have enough power, do I need to throw another barrel of fuel into the big generator. I did graduate from the barrel in the back of the little generator to the big giant diesel engine, which this thing does good. It generates IV worth of power. I have more than enough oxygen. This thing could suck oxygen twice the rate it normally does, and I'd still be falling behind or I'd still be getting ahead on the oxygen here. Yeah, I'm not having any trouble with the amounts of oxygen I'm producing. My hydrogen plant has been very busy. You can see I've tearing this place up here so that I can make eventually make a well, I don't know what I'm going to make out of this area. I just decided to take the plants out and open it back up. Eventually I'm going to marry it up with that area back there. I've been kind of busy. Anyway, let's see how's this looking. Oh, could be an extra barrel. That's where that got to. I was missing a barrel that I was going to use for... Yes, next time I need fuel. This guy, I'm going to end up moving this guy eventually. He's going to get moved. Actually, this thing here is, these guys here are going to be moving, I believe. I'd like to move this thing back here too. I'm going to be doing some serious rearrangement of my workspace. But I want to rearrange things so that I can, I don't know, figure out where the hell to put these damn things. But basically, I want to put another generator in place so that I can, I might just take them, I think I'm taking the tools, moving them back here, getting all this crap out of here, putting that water somewhere else, and then taking this thing apart. And I want to set it up back here so that I can run the laser engraver off this guy here. Or at least I can take the power from here and put it in there. Because I want to make a better laser engraver at some point. Double check what I got in these things. Lignite can go to hell. Okay. Yeah, the hell with lignite. I don't feel like I have to deal with it right now. I've just been dumping it. Sometimes I had to crush. I'm crushing coal and turning it into carbon. It's my carbon supply right now because my gases are now powering this thing here. I might have covered some of this last time, but I have a gas setup now. Where I just dump them in the quantum tank and let them chug. I can put a few hundred biogas. I could dump, you know, half a million biogas in there and just let it crank. That'll give you about 10 million power. It lasts a while. If you're doing a big job or you're doing some, like if you're making a ton of titanium like I've been doing, then you might struggle around a little and have to. Some little magnesium dust in here. What am I going to do with all this? I got an extra piece of magnesium. I'm just going to throw it in. Oh hey, I can marry it up with this and then get that out of there. Cool. You had to make a bunch of magnesium, had to make some magnesium, had to make a bunch of other fun stuff. I forgot what a chore it was to build the reactor. I mean, this thing is a chore. It's mostly done. I've got the coolant in. I just got to make the parts for the inside now. That's all simple stuff now. And then but I don't dare power it up yet because if I power it up, this thing here is going to explode because there's no water in it yet. So basically, I've got this guy here. I've got a hot coolant pipe that's going to go underneath. Cool coolant's going to come out through plastic pipe. I overbuilt a little on the one down below. And so, input hatch for water. MV, actually I probably could get away with LV. Because I noticed the output on the other one's LV. you're not really putting that much water out. But I do need to charge this with some distilled water, which is actually what I'm going to go down and do. Because I've almost got the thing built, but that's going to run, and I still need to build parts to power a few other things. I did create some coolant. I do have coolant charged into it now. Should be enough to make a nice close. The coolant's a closed cycle. No worries running out there. This, on the other hand, I'm going to make a distilled water drum. It needs a buffer. What I need is to take this off. So I can then put straight into there. Connect that guy up. Now I need something that'll suck the water out and send it over here at a good rate of speed. Acceptable rate of speed. I guess I'm going to have an extra plastic pipe. Oh well. I'll just put it with the other that big plastic pipe. Alright, what am I going to have to make? Now, give me that. Give me that. A bronze screw, and I'm in good shape. So I've already got the rings. I got the medium power cable, and I need... I'm missing something. What? No, I'm missing. Piece of steel pipe. Too bad I can't get away with plastic. Oh wait. Wait. You can actually use a small one if you use the assembling machine. There's an advantage to assembling it on that thing. Yeah, if you put it up here like this. Wham. You don't have to use the bigger pipe, and you'll save some materials. On the screwdriver, so I can turn that to import mode. And I should have enough water in there to make a nice closed cycle. I can always inject more if I need to. I might eventually put a quantum tank there to hold it, but right now I think a barrel's good enough. As long as it doesn't draw down too much. If it ever gets empty, I'm going to have a problem. But I've seen from the one down below, it doesn't seem to... Sometimes it seems to drain a bit, then other times it seems to bump back up, so it doesn't really lost that much. So I don't think it has. Oh, I got the screwdriver on me. We'll find out here. Put you here. Let's go ahead and fill that up with distilled water, and I've got a nice cycle here. We'll see if this is a good closed loop. If it looks like I might need more, I'll get the quantum tank. I'll get a quantum tank fitted on here. They're easy to make. I can even steal the one off the gas generator if I need to. It's just a temporary measure. There she goes. We're loaded. Now I just need to put... I think I just need maintenance. That's all I need, yes. Maintenance. Maintenance, and I'm done. And I'll have this done. Oh, I need a rotor. Right. And I have to make sure there's nothing blocking here. No lights or anything else in the way. Looks like we're good. I do need to do the maintenance. Finish the structure. Do the maintenance. And then I need to fit a rotor on it. So I do need to make some steel for that. I'm going to make a... Same rotor as I got down below. Let's look this over real quick. Get this thing pumping water out. I don't know what I'm pumping it out with. I think I put a really high-end pump on that thing, and it really doesn't suck water that fast. I took... Ooh, let's see, what would that have been before? I wanted to see how I was doing on water. 3046 plus 256,000 equals 1549,046. He really doesn't seem to have gone down much since I mean, I have run this thing a lot, and it seems to hover around 100. And it should hover around this value now. It seems like it was falling down for a while, but then sometimes it suddenly goes back up, and I don't know how that exactly adds up. But oh look, I got even more distilled water over here. So hey, I totally forgot. I can free a barrel. Bing! Hey, look at that. I feel good. I got some superheated. That was a little experiment there. Superheated steam. Eventually, I'm gonna pump it into another machine, see how it works. But I got the plastic pipe. See, I put everything closer together, so I don't have to waste as much time running things around. These just ended up in bad spots, and it's a real pain to scooch everything over. So I decided to just leave it. I'll just leave it. Good, I got my barrel back here. Oh. I'll freeze up there for a second. I was thinking. Hang on, I got a page. I gotta find out what's going on. Alright. Yeah, just a friend of mine. Alright. Yeah, yes. I wonder other things you can build on that. I wonder if you get an advantage. I know you get an advantage. I'm gonna look some up real quick. I know with the whatchamacallit, the pumps, you do get that advantage of using that machine to build them. Oh, I don't want the regulator. Hell with that. So you can use the smaller pipe and save yourself 2 ingots of whatever kind of pipe it needs. And trust me, when you get to EV, you're going to be very, very happy to be saving that titanium. Because otherwise you'd be needing 3 pieces, and now you can do it with 1. Well, let me see. I'm curious now. Let's see. Can I get away with less material on motors? My goodness, if I could use less... No. That stinks. I was wondering if I could get away with less copper in the damn motors, but no. Apparently the motors, no. There's no, and you notice the cost here. The electricity usage goes up. Like if I wanted to make an IV one, I would need an IV level. I would need an IV capable assembler to get that job done. The other one would just not be capable of it. So you have to have at least the capability of that thing. You need to build the assembler for that. I am morbidly curious though. So if I build a piston, would it save me anything? Hold on, let me move this guy out of the way here. That stupid recording thing always pops up there. There's no savings here. You only. I wonder if that's a fluke. I wonder if that's an accident. I wonder if someone programmed it wrong. Maybe I shouldn't say anything. I like the fact that you can save by using the assembler. I just assumed maybe the assembler could stretch the pipe a little bit better and make it work, you know. But you don't have to use as big of a pipe. I'm starting to think that's a glitch now. I'm starting to think that somebody screwed that up. I was just morbidly curious. Let's see, EV, 3 of these, 2 of these, that. Yeah, you're not really saving anything. Oh, look, you do need 1 less cable. You can save 1. Oh, wow, don't everyone get too excited. You can save 1 whole cable doing it with the doing the robot arm that way. It'd be nicer if I could save some titanium. If I only needed 1 motor. It'd be nice at the piston if I only needed 2 plates instead of 3 or something. I mean, this one takes exactly the same, so that's interesting. They don't quite line up, but good enough, I guess. ULV, who knows? Max. I don't even know how you make these. It says scanner. I guess I'm gonna learn when I get to that level. I'm bumping up against it soon. I'm getting to the point where I'm gonna be making IV level stuff. This makes me want to cry, dude. Why can't that be the thin wire? I would think it'd be the thin wire and not the thick wire just to make a fracking motor. Come on, guys. I mean, motors don't tend to make it thicker, do they? They just use more wire, don't they? In the real world, I mean. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna be have tungsten steel pouring out my bottom here to make some of this, but yeah, at least I can save a little bit using the using that trick on. Apparently, I can save a cable with the robot arm, which for a tungsten cable might be a big deal if I'm making an IV robot arms. I'm gonna have to start making IV level stuff soon, and that's one reason I want to get this stupid thing off the dumb shit it's on now. I want it to be mostly worry free. The only thing I want to have to worry about is occasionally checking the maintenance on these guys and running out of fuel over here. So what I'm gonna have, and you can use this plastic pipe to come back here. You don't have to waste a bunch of metal. I think I use steel on my downstairs. I could probably cover that and just put some plastic pipe in instead. And I could probably have used smaller pipe, to be honest. I'll use the small plastic pipe. I probably could have even used tiny. I don't really think that much coolant is going through. Right? Yeah. Yeah, small's good because that does give me some more headspace. If you do have to pay attention to how much coolant's coming out. If you're doing, let's see, plastic pipe. Obviously, don't put the hot coolant through there, or you're gonna regret it. 1200. Actually, I would have been able to get away with that because I'm only putting out about 1100 HUs worth, which means 1100 coolant. But if I went higher than that, no. Small plastic gives you a little more headspace. And you can always bump to the regular plastic pipe, and you're probably never going to produce that much. You can always go to the large ones then. Plastic, by this point, should be just the snap of your fingers. And you can do a Thanos snap and make that crap happen, you know? Click. There you go. Either half the universe is dead, or you've got a bunch of plastic. Hey, I need to make more, don't I? Yeah, well, I've got tons of ethylene down in the chemicals, down the chemical barn at the downstairs, so I can do that. Okay, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? I have chlorine. I have lots of chlorine. What am I going to do with all this chlorine? I would make more titanium, because I think I probably used up most of my titanium. Yeah, I'm down to 10 ingots. Stainless steel I'm alright on. Aluminum. I've got more dust. I just need to cook it. Once I get the worry-free furnace going. Steel, I made a run of 256, and I'm still burning through that. I'm kind of glad I made all that steel. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have an EV thing charge up here. It's going to come out, and the EV is going to break down to HV and MB for this thing here. It's going to come all, another wire is going to snake around back here, and it's going to become EV, and it's going to break straight down to HV. And I don't even need a battery buffer anymore because it's going to get 4 amps straight into the furnace. So I can get this battery buffer out of here. I can get this extreme voltage transformer out of here. Although I'm not going to, I don't need to dip that. I could destroy this if I wanted to, or make something else out of it, or just save it for maybe another application. Something down the road. This guy here, I'm going to end up taking this thing away. Because I'm not making IV here. I'm just going to make EV. I'm just going to use an EV buffer. I'm running enough cable. I'll have some loss coming over here, but it's not going to be particularly high. EV, you don't get very much loss. Especially if you're just running aluminum cable. Not a big deal. Looking at my cables. Let's type EV. It should show me the cables for that. Nichrome is just a joke. Why? You can do steel if you want to be really cheap. You get good amperage through the steel. It just has a high voltage loss. Black steel, that's interesting. It lets you put a lot of amperage through a small wire. Not too much loss. I think titanium cable gives you the best, though. That's the best bang for your buck right there. You can put up to 4 amps through this little guy. No problem. Actually, what I'm probably going to do is just run it straight into the thing here. But this one I'll actually buffer it. And then the buffer will go into the high voltage, and then I could even just leave this battery buffer here if I feel like it. I might just leave it there. I mean, why not? The extreme transformer is going to be replaced with a extreme battery buffer, and this thing will then send a signal over to the nuke when it's full, and then it'll turn the nuke off. The rest of the stuff will just be hammered so it can run. We're not quite ready to kick it off yet. I do need to make the infrastructure here. So we've got quite a little bit of work to do here. You get the best EU. I'm probably just going to use aluminium cable to run the voltage over here, and then I'll pour it into here. Now, see, remember, this thing's not going to make full-on EV. It's going to make more than. Let's see, we're doing steam. Where's my spreadsheet? Minecraft, Infitech. Here's my turbine calculations. I'm using the handy dandy. It's like it's 24,095, wasn't it? Alright, hold on. I have to look this up. I was using black bronze. I was using a black bronze turbine, which I deemed is probably one of the best bang for your buck you're going to get out of these things. So, the little bitty one is garbage. Don't bother. 24,000 at 95%. That is going to give me 570 EU over T. So it's enough. It's enough. There'll be a little bit of loss coming out of here, but it's enough to come over here and feed the beast over here. Oh, hello. Yes, I can seal that up soon. And then I'll quit accidentally. You know what? You wouldn't back in this corner. You wouldn't believe how often I back into this damn hole. But I have been doing. I have been back here, kind of measuring, thinking, and blah blah blah. Yeah. So we can need a high voltage, and then a medium voltage going in, and then I'll take. Then I'm gonna pump all that gas out and use it to run my gas turbine over there and charge it up, so I can make a whole load of titanium to replace all my titanium that I've been wasting. So let's see, I'll make some aluminium wire, run it over. I'll get things prepared. I'll run the next group over, and it will stop right here. I will take this extreme transformer out. I will replace it with a extreme battery buffer. See what will happen. I'm getting 570. We're gonna have some loss. And when this thing kicks on, it's actually going to draw more power than this furnace over here. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to start draining the batteries a little bit for then. The batteries will be somewhat charging when this isn't running, because I'm going to be putting a little more power in here than I actually need. But eventually they are going to start. Eventually they are going to come down a little bit. I really only need a single. So I'll pull off an exquisite sapphire here, and I'll go make that into a crystal. I might have one handy. I'll take a look. I may or may not. I think I cut all those up to make something else. These guys here, I'm gonna leave on just powered by the biogas, because sure, why not? Biogas is cheap. It's easy. It's simple. We're getting some interesting byproducts out here now. This clay turned out to be very useful. The clay I was getting out of this, actually, I ended up putting all that it had given me into this guy back here. I still had to go find a little more clay, but it did give me some of the clay to make the concrete to make this reactor pressure vessel. And you know what? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I've spilled nuke water everywhere. I'll be fine. It doesn't seem to hurt me. I'm actually surprised it doesn't give you a nuke status for that. Yeah, that's going to cause an explosion if I don't get that cleaned up. I'm a derp face. Right. So, I do want to take that out. I want to move that. Maybe I could take the coolant out? I don't know. Alright, let's hold up for a minute. Alright, what I would want to do is I want to move that because I'm thinking the redstone wire, I'm going to put the energy meter on the side here, I guess. And I'll probably drill into the floor, or I might even drill up from the floor, run the energy meter down. I'm going to be dropping this platinum cable, which is IV rated, because I'm going to need it elsewhere. I'll seal up underneath that. I'll probably cut one here. And I want to run this thing over and eventually up underneath and have it pop up out of the ground. And yeah, it's basically going to run underground here, underneath this thing, pop up here, and then probably right here, I'll put the redstone port, and then we can have our fun there. Let me get something. I have a brick to seal that temporarily. It'll just pop around for a second. Oh, I'm a fool. I think I destroyed some of its coolant. Light you back up, light you back up. Just get some extra lights around here, eh? Whatever. I don't know if that cost me any or not. I think it did cost me some. After fluid port. This one's just taking the cold back in. This one here is ejecting the hot. I'm going to put the switch back here. Well, shit, I can cut the floor up. What am I doing? What am I doing? You go back in there. Right. Back down here. So that thing's just going to come straight across, and it's going to go up into this. I'll put a power meter on it or whatever. And then I'll run the redstone cable thing, whatever the hell it is, over. How did I do it over here? Let's see. All the fun's of planning out stuff. This guy actually connects into it. So I need to make this wire redstone piece of junk here. Framed red alloy wire. I need to make oak strips. Sometimes. I thought I might have had some of that crap left though. I've got one left. One of these jokes of a thing left. Alright. At least I can get started off over here. whatever. It'll come down this way and then go under. We'll drop down in that hole. We'll start moving it along. How am I going to make this thing? Insulated wire. You know, I wonder if insulated wire doesn't lose anything on the way out. I don't know. I don't really have a... interesting. Otherwise, you just gotta make red wires all. Let's see what they got in here. 3 red alloy ingots? Where'd my potatoes go? There they are. And 3 pieces of copper. Bolstered my copper up a little. Now, I've had a job of work ahead of me here. But my base is starting to look pretty good. I need to use this goofy looking saw to make it out of covers. Or something. Oak wood cover. It's going to be sawed up an oak wood panel. Well, we just need to go get some oak wood logs. How about that? I planted some oak trees up here. Knock these goofy things down and get what I need out of it. Cool. That should be enough. Throw that into the briny deep. Hell with it. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, I'm going to have this thing replaced with a that ivy stuff. And I'm going to just put a splitter in, and actually, I've already got this guy. Why don't I just move that back to where the furnace is? It is storing an awful lot of power, though. But that would hold an awful lot of power if I ran out. See, the ivy, I would have a little less power than I have, but this is what, 120 million? 120 million, yes. EU worth. That gonna come over here, but it's just gonna pump into this stupid extreme high voltage transformer. It's only gonna take 4 amps at a time anyway, so no problem. This guy here is gonna come over, and along with the extreme transformer, I'll put it one lower, and then put the extreme transformer, and then let it break the IV down. I think you can still take in the simple power from that. It just, you know, the packets it'll fill up slower or something. I don't know, do I have to transform it up? I may have to upscale that power coming up. Although, I was planning to convert that thing down there into high pressure steam, which should put out IV anyway. What I could do is replace it with the, I could put the generator back here instead and hook that into it. Temporarily cut that off. And we're going to run these off that generator until I'm going to take that thing apart, move it, do the maintenance on it. What a hassle. Got a lot of other crap here I got to move to. I got to clean this floor up. All kinds of fun games to do here. Alright, let's go get that weird ass looking hacksaw and let's make some do the damn thing. Where is it? So I'm going to put that nether star to use. Oh, I still need to make the replicator, too. And actually, I only need one nether star to make that. I thought I needed two for some reason, but no. So the second time I beat the wither, I can then make the device that lets me just manufacture nether stars. It's very expensive, though, and I'll need better stuff for that. Where's the goofy-looking hacksaw that lets me do this? This has become just a dumping chest for garbage. Yeah, this thing got duplicated at some point. I think I just threw it in there. This was duplication bug. That way, if I have another bug, it'll do that. This thing here won't actually produce 500 EU over T. So that wouldn't actually produce enough for me. I wish I could melt this down, because it's never been used, but it won't let me melt it down. I guess I could just throw it in the scrapper, but that just seems like a waste. I can't think of anything I'd want to use this for. Oh well. I don't even know. I can't remember why I made this. I think it was because the only thing I could make at the time, and I needed to finish the mission. Now, plasma flow, this will make 16,000 EU over T. That might be, maybe I'll just save it for plasma. That's not a bad idea, because look at all the power that's going to make. But I'm still probably going to just make a better rotor by then anyway, and this would just be a fifth wheel. But maybe if I have a second plasma generator, just, you know, feeding some of my older, lesser stuff, that'd be more than enough power to last me forever. Where did I get this apple? Oh, trees. There's chopping trees. Alright. So we that goofy ass looking hacksaw. Where is that thing? Let me look up here again. Might be up here. Maybe. Could be. Maybe I'd have used it up. Stone rods and iron ingots. I'll just make one. Hell with it. Couple sticks. And iron ingot. Iron is something I will not have any problems with. Parting with, because I'm swimming in it. I have used up a lot of iron, but that's good. Alright, there's a goofy ass looking saw. Let's put it to work. Looking alright. Looking better. Good strips, yay. I'll never run out again, and I have a goofy ass looking hacksaw. Which I'll just store in here so that next time I don't have to dig with it. There we go. I'm sure I'll have to make more than this. This is a good start. At least got me through the tunnel. Now I can start putting the wall back together. You go there. Plug the hole. There we are. And then go under here and start filling in this crap. 2, 3, 4. I'm missing an extra one. Oh, that's because that's where I originally knocked into the floor there. Cool. Okay, I just need more of that. How much more? Well, I guess I have to make a minimum of 12, so we'll just go ahead and make it. Hurting for copper as much as we were. So we're in good shape now. Cha-ching. Maybe 1.5 of these. Okay. Oh, you dropped on the hole. Okay, I don't want to put it up there just yet, because I have to put the cover on there, I have to get it screwdrivered the right way, then we can put it up there. I'll just put one more piece on there, and we're getting very mighty good and happy. And then we're looking good and happy. Alright. Oh, cool. They're going to have a... sorry, I was looking at something there. Movie meet going to be happening. I'm going to be going. It's kind of a kiddish movie. It's The House with a Clock in Its Walls. I was a fan of Bel Air's as a kid. Very good writer. Writes it's a very good horror for young adults or kids, teenagers, as well as young adults. Or anyone else could enjoy a lot of that too. He wrote a more grown-up fantasy, more Tolkien range type stuff, or more like we would consider Tolkien to be more by adult fiction, not meaning it's pornographic, but meaning it's for more grown-up people. He did write one called A Face in the Frost, which is just an excellent book. He wrote it, I think, might have been inspired by Lord of the Rings or something, but he did do some fantasy. But he did do a fantasy book, and it's very, very good. He's very Pratchett-like in how he writes, and in that one too. There's a lot of only it's like a much more serious, deadly serious Pratchett. Bad things can happen. Okay, I think we've got this pretty well hooked up here. I do need to make... Oh, right. Before I do anything, I need to get the rotor built. And decision time. It's decision time. For the turbine blades. Now, I know... that black bronze is one of the best things. But there is a thought here that occurs. Maybe I should maybe I could just pull the rotor. I don't want to do it now because it's gonna blow. This thing is still in use. Maybe I could just pull this bloody thing, borrow it for the. I mean, it's got what this thing's got like hours and just days of gameplay at runtime on it. It's only about halfway cut down. I could borrow it for the blast furnace, no problem. So what I could do is borrow this out of here and put a better one in here, and then upgrade the nuclear generator, and that way I could throw some better power upwards. That'd be a bad idea, especially since this is going to have a higher need soon anyway. I want to start getting insane voltage crap built, and I want to get the high voltage crap kicked out of here completely and moved over. I do have to do the other row of high voltage stuff. For now, I'll leave the EV stuff here, but I could upgrade the rotor here. I would have to upgrade the nuclear generator with some more stuff, but I mean, I've got room to do that. So what I've seen, the HU I'm getting out of this, what was that, 384 heat units? I'm not even using 1100. No, I mean, you're not getting that much at all. But that turns into tons of steam. Hang on, I had a converter for that. What do I do with it? Turbine calculations. No, derp. I just have that open already. Where's my folder? Why is it not showing up? Reactor and exchanger calcs. Here we go. So what, I'm making what, 384 something like that. So I'm making around 30,000. So I'm actually making more steam than that thing can eat. So I actually have a buffer as a reason for that. You know what I could do? I'm actually just wasting it on the other side here. I'm not buffering any excess steam to let it run a little bit afterwards once it shuts down. As I could aim for a rotor that can take 30,000 per second. And I can upgrade the nuke if I have to. Let's see, make a calculation. 384 divided by 2. I get 192 HUs for each one of those units. So if I have 3 of them, I'll get 576. What would that give me? That's 46,000 liters of steam right there. High pressure steam would be even better. When you start pushing out about 500, you're also hitting the threshold of being able to switch over to high pressure steam, which in and of itself has a benefits. You can actually take, because it outputs just regular steam, which could then run something else to give you water. Oh, that's right, I'll have to have another generator. I have to build another generator. I keep the old one here, but I'll have to build the HP one. I'll have to build the HP one out of virgin materials so that I can have this thing as the secondary output. So what I'll have to do is move this guy over as close to this thing as I can, as I reasonably can. And the steam will output, the steam it takes from the high pressure will output into water to go back into this, and then we'll be in happy shape. And I will take the power from both of them and just combine them together and have stupid dumbass amounts of power. What I might do is take the output of one and run the wire over here and use it to charge up this crap. And then I can use all the gases I get over on my line up above, which will be hungrier once I upgrade the second half to HV. And then, that's actually not a bad idea. I've got a lot of work to do. I have a lot of work to do. What a pain. Alright, let's see what I can get. Let's see, 384 will get me 30,000 steam right now. What can I do that will eat 30,000 steam? Well, I've got the bronze ones. Let's not go to tungsten carbide just yet. I got the bronze ones. I could make a bigger bronze one. I have the titanium. I have the titanium that would let me do it, but I need to put 36,000 into this. And that's kind of hard to get to, because I would be getting 46,000 out. I have the tungsten steel rod, not titanium. That would get me there. I think the other one's titanium. Yeah. Easy enough to do. Easy enough to do. Get the titanium. Interesting. What to do, what to do, what to do. Well, let's look at other materials then. Black bronze may not be the best material for this. Let's see what tungsten carbide would do for me. I think I can make it. Cryogenically, not a problem. 480 EU over T, tungsten carbon. Takes a lot of energy, but I could probably pump out enough of these over time. You do get a twofer here, just like you do with the steel. It's not too terrible. The capacity's not too terrible either. Let's see what we could do, just for the sake of argument. Let's say we went with this dude. The lowest end one would take 14,000. The next bump up, 28,000 at 115 efficiency. Well, 30,000 going into that's not too bad. And I get 115 efficiency. Let's see what that would gain me here. Turbine calculator. So 28,000, which is closer to the 30,000 I can produce when the thing's running at peak. With 115 boost, that gives me an 805 EU over T out. Which is still not spectacular. Not exactly stellar. It's not exactly stellar, but it's probably one of the best materials I can make right now. So I could upgrade this thing at least to, you know, suck down a little more steam. That would be where the losses would come then, though, wouldn't it? Because it wouldn't. Oh, that's why it's not losing any. I figured it out. It seems to be losing some. Okay, when it's running at full tilt, this appears to be losing steam because you're backing up into this guy. Because some of that water is being turned into steam, and it's backing up in this pipe. So it starts to back up in this pipe, and these pipes hold an awful lot. And it would have to run a very long time before it finally backed up into the quantum tank. So some of that water would be trapped up in here. Then this thing says, oh, hey, the redstone signal's weak enough, I can shut down. This thing then continues to run, though, on that banked up steam, which goes back in here, and that's why it doesn't drop. The steam and water is a closed cycle. I was just being tricked by the fact that it was being stored up in here. One of my videos was wrong. Okay, I'll have to look into that. Well. Okay. So, let's go back to the rotors. Tungsten carbide's not bad. Vanadium steel. What would that get me? Doesn't look too happy. Optimal steam flow looks like crap. You know, you can actually make that stuff earlier on, but man, it makes an absolute shite rotor. So how about that? 10 alloy, blah blah blah. Let's keep flipping through here. Night metal, which I can't make. So red steel, red steel. Let's see what red can do for us. Just for shits and giggles, let's see what we got. 14,000 there, 21,000 there. You're still doing better at freaking black bronze. It's kind of garbage. Even blue steel didn't look like it was particularly good for rotors. Black bronze actually beats these things, which is strange. It doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense to do that. Hey, I can get one that's 30,000. Unfortunately, it takes an IV level machine and an Americian rod, which I don't freaking have and have no way to get or make, or I don't even know how the hell to make this crap. I wonder if it's a byproduct of Mox fuel or something. Might be. Maybe if you run a Mox, you'll get Americian. I don't know how the hell to make it. Beats the shit out of me. Okay. Let's keep looking. Bismuth bronze. I can take a look. It's probably a giggle factor, but I'll take a look at it anyway. Bismuth bronze. Too terrible. Not as good as the other thing, though. So, anyway. Ultimate. Oh, that's right, that wonder material that I was doing so well with. That 27,000, but the efficiency's much higher. Ultimate. It's not hard to make either. I got more than enough cobalt, chrome, nickel, and molybdenum laying around to make it. Tons of it. It's actually fairly easy to make. At the top flight, it would do that. But look at this, 27,000 liters per second. This gets me a little bit closer. But at 140%, that could get interesting. Let's see, let's do my turbine calcs. 27 at 140. That does better than tungsten carbide. Gets me almost 945 EU over T. Plot thickens. The plot thickens. I do have to make the big one, so I will have to use a little of my tungsten steel, and I will have to make an awful lot of this crap. A lot of ultimate. But you know, takes 6 per. Oh, times 6, I think, is 72. So I need to make 72 plus enough to make screws, plus a little bit extra for screws. So, yeah, maybe an extra 2 or 3 ingots, 2 to 4 ingots, I think. I think it's an extra, let me think, just 3 ingots I think would be enough to give me the screws that we need. Yes, it would. Extra 3 ingots, I need 75 to make that. So 75 ultimate, that wouldn't be too shabby to make. Just out of this powder, which I can make just by combining this crap together. I get 9 per. 75 divided by 9. I just need to do that 9 times. 9 times 9 would be 81. Because unfortunately there is a, like I said, I might already have some laying around though, which means I might be able to get away with 8. 8 times 9. 63, I think. 72. Am I retarded? Okay, 8 times 9 is 72. Okay. I just need 3 more. And if I got 3 laying over here, I got me a winner. I got me a winner. So I just need to make 8 times 9. Times 5 is what, 40? 40, I think. Yep. Wait a minute. I'm just going to double check myself with the calculator, because I'm kind of retarded tonight. Alright. Yes. I remember my multiplication tables from the 2nd grade now. It's a 2nd grade shit, man. I should remember this. Alright. Hang on, before we go down this rabbit hole, is there anything better I can make? Let's probe a little and look at the blades. I can make uranium blades. What would that do for me? Probably giggle factor, but we'll take a peek. It's giggle factor. Yeah. What about down here? Wait a minute. Are we discounting something here? What about high-speed steels? Well, HSS-S, I'd have to make an awful lot. I might be able to make a smaller rotor and just get away with a lot of goodness out of it. Well, the small one's not worth making. This one, on the other hand, it's just as good as the tungsten steel, but I can make a smaller one. Only 8 blades. And you get a pretty good amount out of it. That'll give me 805 EU over T, if I recall from the tungsten steel calculation. If I ever switched it over to plasma, I'd be making it all even better. If I wanted to just go ahead and bite the bullet and bump it up a bit more, I would have to upgrade my steam production to even get close to this. But look at the energy I'm producing now. 2100 EU over T, but at 140%. Oh, I'm sorry, that's with gas. I'm dumb here. What's it? 4,200? 42,000, sorry. 42,000 at 140. That'd be 1470 EU over T. Wow. Unfortunately, I think that's a bit out of my range right now. It's a little too rich for my blood right now. This is all giggle factor shit down here. Dash. It's absolute rubbish. I remember it's the one that lasts like forever, but it's absolute rubbish. So, why? Why? I'm making it out of straight tungsten. It's kind of garbage, to be honest. Ultimate is what we want to use. So let's go with the ultimate. I like it. See if I can do this the quicker way. There we go. How's all that? Okay, ultimate. CR2 times 816. Good. Nickel. And molybdenum each. Now let's see, cooking that ultimate. It takes some doing. That's not bad at all. It's going to take me about 18 million EU to make it to get that guy where it needs to go. Looking good. Just cook half that for now. I'll put the other half through when I feel like it. Let's see what we got here. Oh, we got enough. That's more than enough headspace. Just cook it all. And then what I want to do is swap it out down there. Run this by again. We're going to make 12 of these. We're going to make one of these. I got one piece of tungsten steel. Get me that. 27,000 at 140. Gets me almost 1,000 EU over T. Bump me up a little there. And I actually don't want to overproduce on this one over here anyway, so we'll just let it over here. But I do need to make sure I have a quantum tank. I'm going to have to replace this with a quantum tank so that we can buffer, or I'm sorry, steam over here. I need a quantum tank over here so that I can buffer the steam. Otherwise, we're going to have problems. I'll probably do is just borrow the one from down there and just hook up a piece of Inconel pipe over there to finish it off. And I can pop a piece off here. I do need something to pull that steam out, though, and it needs to pull it out at a high rate. It needs a pump, and I do believe I need the HV version. Oh, it's going to have to... Oh, that's a regulator. Yikes, I have to use an EV pump. It's okay, nothing I haven't had to suffer through making before. So I've got enough Inconel down there to handle any buffering. And we'll have a better rotor, so it won't buffer as much. So we're able to steal that other thing and put it up here. I need to make the maintenance hatch of this damn thing. Let's do that, because I'm tired of looking at that hole. Alright. I'm going to stop here for now, because I'm going to take a break, and I'll be back to finish this up at some point, and I'll let you all see what happened. Alright, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed.